So anyway, now did you send out a?
All right, it says we're live. And
Yeah, I got it.
Let me just make sure we're public. That is not always the case.
Come on. Content is not available right now. Now, why does it say that? Yeah, I don't think you did. You share it? No, wait a minute. You posted.
Yeah, it's locked. It's weird because on one computer it says public and the other, this computer here. All right, so it should be good now.
All right. Yeah, we're on. All right.
Yeah, I see Linda here.
All righty.
Shout out if you can hear and see and all that good stuff.
Brad's on. Good morning, Brad. All right.
All right. Morning, guys.
And got my fingers crossed for the girls checking in this morning.
Yeah, my fingers crossed for them actually being up.
Yeah,
before the show. Actually, I think Caroline is up.
I should text her. Watch the show. Hey, Sophia's on. Hello, Soph. What's going on down in the Galanos crib? Everybody all right? Miss you guys. I'm gonna come down. I'm gonna do a drive-by next few days. Once it's not winter again. All right. Well, we ready to go, Joel?
I think we are.
Do the intro. Thanks for joining us. So let's get going. Grab a cup of coffee, and we'll be right back.
And I have my cup of water going on right now. So, yeah, grab your coffee, grab your tea, your breakfast, your donut, your bagel.
And, bagel.
We will be right back as soon as I can figure out what I'm doing here. All right, here we go.
From the Somerset Studios in Westchester, Pennsylvania, it's Smack and Jack Live with your co-hosts Keith and Joel Wenderman.
Jack up your income, smack it in the face. Jack it up, jack it up, jack it up, smack it in the face. Jack up.
Okay, man. We're done.
That was kind of weird at the end of that.
Yeah, well, I have to, shut it off. It's we can't do the fade out.
Even when you've upgraded and you still can't do the fade out, huh?
Upgraded in in some parts and downgraded in other parts, but again, the cool thing, thanks, Brad, you can hear and see us. And yes.
I'm just
I agree there,
probably.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, Jim.
Thanks for being on today. All right. So.
Hey, Themis. Themis the third. How are you doing? How's family over there? Hey, Liz. Get the whole Galanos crew on today. Good to see you all guys again. All right, what do we got going?
Well, Keith, what did we celebrate yesterday?
Oh, well, I don't know, but I'm still oh boy, I got a bit of a headache. We were somebody's sweet 16, Joel. Who is old enough to have a 16-year-old? Could it be the youngest member of our family? Could it be our baby brother who's old enough to have a 16-year-old? Yeah, unbelievable, Joel.
So our eldest daughter turned 16 yesterday. So we have a 16-year-old Sophia in the house, and yeah, she's ready to drive and all that stuff. Unfortunately, as far as driving goes, she hasn't really done anything to get herself prepared for that. And as far as everything being shut down right now, it might be a little bit of time. But she did get a little tiny car, which I was hoping to have that for you to see. And she got the old magnet of, student driver beware that will stick on the back of my car when she's
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, I can teach her anytime she wants. The truck, there's no way she can hurt herself in that thing. She might take out a couple of houses, but she's not gonna be able to hurt herself in it. So,
Well, that's very generous of you, Brother Keith. I think maybe I will take you up on that.
okay, yeah. Well, my premiums are all paid up, and since I got run into 2 years ago, I should be pretty good fate wise for a little while. So, good morning.
Wow,
brother.
that was 2 years ago.
Yeah, it'll be 2 years ago in June. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that just crazy how time flies? Unbelievable.
Yeah, that was just yesterday that you got T-boned in that 12-hour-old beautiful pickup truck you had.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
All right, Keith.
So what's going on this morning, Joel?
Well, let's get on to my gripe here. We're gonna just go into a whining session here.
Right.
Okay,
and before we get right into that, my dear brother that I've been giving a hard time to today because he's old enough to have a couple of kids that are old enough to drive. Joel's got a pretty charmed life, I must say. He's earned it. He's worked very hard for it. Therefore, he's got very little to gripe about. And this next 10 minutes, you'll understand what I'm talking about. So I wish I had your troubles, Joel. Go ahead. What is your gripe of the day?
So I guess you would consider these first world issues, right?
Uh-huh.
Is that what we call that? Yeah, first world. Okay, so I cut my grass every week, make sure it's looking good, trim and proper.
Right.
And when I get done cutting the grass along the street, I make sure that I clean the curb, right? And that means that I blow all my grass clippings back onto my yard, right? So the street looks nice and clean.
Right.
Okay. Now, there happens to be neighbors, actually many neighbors, who kind of forget that little part of cutting the grass and taking care of the yard. One such neighbor is actually directly across the street from us. So, they have a beautiful house. They have a nice yard. And starting last year, he started cutting his own grass.
I was going to say, that guy doesn't pay somebody to cut his grass.
Well, they did, but and I commend him. He's out there cutting the grass and it looks great. However, the one little tiny gripe I have is that he doesn't clear the curb.
Okay.
So the grass is left in the street. So, on a windy day, where does most of that grass end up? On my side of the street.
Oh.
Yeah. Now up the street around the curb, there's some other neighbors who blow grass and broken sticks and all that stuff into the street, and then we have to drive over it.
Yes.
Now, Keith, I ask you, what is the big deal about taking one more swipe with your lawnmower or your tractor on the street and just blowing everything back onto the road there? Can you help me out there?
Right. Now that doesn't I don't notice that quite as much as in the fall. For some reason, people brush their leaves out into the street as if like soon as they hit the blacktop, they're going to miraculously disappear. And when the cars drive over them, they're not going to break up into little pieces and get thrown back on their yard. I never understood that at all. But
Keith,
I see that quite a bit
all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you brought that up because that happens, driving down into the town of Media. I see, contractors blowing with their huge backpack blowers, blowing leaves into the street.
Into the street. Yep. Right? I don't get that.
What is the issue here?
Now, if they had leaf pickup or something like that, but it just seems like they do that all the time. And where are those leaves going to go? So exactly. I feel like it's painful.
And when it rains, especially with the leaves, when it rains, that becomes quite a safety issue.
Yes.
I seem to remember many years ago, you driving a Ford Torino. Just jogging memory for you.
Yeah.
And for some reason, you didn't come to a stop and you said it was the leaves. You slid on the leaves. Is that true?
Okay, it could be. I can't. That's the early '80s. I can't remember
Didn't
back
mean to
that
put you on
far.
the spot here, but
I,
that memory just popped into mind here. That I believe it was in the fall, and you didn't stop.
yep,
You stayed on the leave
yep.
because it was
Yeah, and that car was very light in the back anyway, so I
yeah.
do believe that. Yes. Yeah, and motorcycles, everything. It's just and grass does the same thing. If grass is wet,
Yep.
it becomes very slippery. So
Okay, so that's my gripe.
yeah,
Let's see
okay.
what we have here. Jim saying media has leaf pickup in the fall. Yeah, and yep, Jim, we have leaf pickup here too. And that's another reason why I just think, man, why can't we just bag the leaves and put them in a bag and put them out for the curb rather than just blowing them into the street, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I feel old. I guess you're referring, Lyndon, maybe not necessarily to the leaf conversation we're having, but maybe to
Hey, Themis.
that you have a niece that's 16 now, maybe.
Okay.
Hey,
Yes.
Barbara.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Themis is here. Yeah, good to see you guys.
Yeah.
And Liz.
Larry's in. Larry just stopped in. Larry, a dear friend of mine, also had a birthday yesterday. So Sophia and Larry share a birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Larry. I think I saw that come up. I'm sorry I didn't send you a birthday wish, but happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
All right, so Keith, let's move on.
Okay.
We have segueing from making sure you clean the curb after you cut the grass right into the health benefits of gardening.
Oh, okay, good.
Now,
Yeah.
when is the last time you did some gardening? Just
Well, I'm gonna say it was '06, I think. 2000,
Okay.
not 1900, but it was probably '06, and then I gave up that part of my career. So I do miss it actually. And my gardening usually consisted of just cutting the grass, and for me that was very, very therapeutic. Mental health, So what have you got for us, Joel?
yeah,
What's
well,
your
I agree. Pretty much my gardening is all of just cutting the grass,
Mhm,
which for me takes anywhere between 3 and 4 hours at a time.
mhm.
We do have beds, shrub beds, flower beds. We don't have vegetables or anything like that. But let's find out what the experts are telling us about the health benefits of gardening. All right,
Okay.
so let me share my screen here, and let's see if we can get to that. Nope, there we go. All right, and we'll go to this slide, not that one yet, and here. Okay, so this comes from organiclesson.com, and these are the 6 surprising health benefits of gardening. Now, depending on what website you go to, you can see the 8 surprising health benefits or the 10 surprising health benefits of gardening. They're all a surprise to us for whatever reason, but we selected just the 6 health benefits.
Okay.
All right. So, number 1, stress relief. Gardening provides stress relief. According to a study by researchers at Wageningen University, gardening may have calming effect by reducing the amount of stress hormones or cortisol in the body. You may be surprised by how relaxed you feel after you spend some time among the plants. And in our case, unless deer and rabbits eat all your plantings. Who has some issues with animals coming out and feasting on all your plantings? Which is, quite frankly, one of the reasons why we don't do so much here anymore, because we make everything look really nice, go to bed, we get up the next day, it's all chomped down to the root.
Yeah.
Did you have your problem too, Keith? When
we didn't have. I think we did a garden when we first moved in. Like some plantings and all that, and the weeds got the best of it before the deer. We did have deer coming through the back there, but we never had enough flowering things to be affected by that.
Yeah,
So.
I'll tell you what, the weeds are they are
Thanks.
never ending, right?
Yes.
You got to get out there and pull them. And Stephanie did a bunch of pulling of weeds last week, but I'd rather just go out there with the weed trimmer. And
well, you're Chemical Ali, aren't you? A lot of times with that Roundup stuff, you like to just
well,
douse the neighborhood with.
Occasionally, I have been known to use the Roundup, but I like to think that I use it responsibly and sparingly,
Okay.
and not go overboard with that stuff.
Right now, just interject here. How does that work on COVID? I wonder. We should send our Fuhrer an email and ask.
And maybe he can disperse
Yeah.
or administrate that
Yeah.
to his working staff.
Right. Yes.
Okay. Number 2, gardening strengthens the immune system. The germs and bacteria that live in the soil may help people, especially young children, build immunity against many types of diseases. According to a report from the National Wildlife Federation, it is important for parents to encourage their kids to take part in outdoor activities. Children who spend more time outdoors will feel less stressed, sleep better, and experience less ADHD symptoms, which of course we know as attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. So probably I should have done more gardening as a child.
Yes.
To help with that, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go on to number 3. Gardening offers workout. Certain types of gardening may offer a pretty good workout. For example, one study found that 3 hours of gardening is similar to an hour spent in the gym in terms of calories burned. All activities, pruning and digging, will add up and give you a good workout. Yeah, I can vouch for that. The one thing I found about, a lot of that stuff is it's not quite as cardio. It doesn't do as much for my cardiovascular as a run does, but it certainly is a good workout. I'll tell you that. Okay, let's move on to the next one. This is our 4th one up there. It elevates happiness. According to UK research study, dirt contains a natural antidepressant called Mycobacterium vacci. This particular antidepressant causes cytokine levels to increase, which in turn boosts the production of serotonin. And serotonin impacts every part of your body, from your emotions to your motor skills, and is considered a natural mood stabilizer. It's the chemical that helps with sleeping, eating, and digesting. So not to actually eat the dirt, but somehow when you come in contact with the dirt, it helps and elevates all those levels.
Well, that was, I remember when I was quite young, I made a dirt sandwich for my other brother, Tom. Took a bite out of it. Anyway.
Yeah, that was good.
Kept him healthy for a long time.
I actually remember that. Were we like way in the back?
Yeah,
like
back
where
the
the barn
yard.
fell down?
Yeah, somewhere like that.
I do remember that. I think you got in trouble for that, maybe?
Probably.
All right, number 5. Gardening encourages a healthier diet, which is kind of what you were just talking about, right? There's a good chance of maintaining a healthier diet if people start to grow their own fruits and vegetables. Gardening can make us more conscious over what we eat. It encourages us to question the source of what we eat and whether there is a healthier alternative for it. So apparently, if you're a good gardener, you might question eating that Oreo cookie or having that donut. Have a tomato instead. Have you ever eaten, Keith, a tomato like you would eat an apple?
No, I don't think I have.
I tried that one time and it wasn't very satisfying.
Yeah, I like a little bit of olive oil and salt and pepper, maybe. Diced up into a bowl. Not diced, but cubed up. Right. Something a little bit more, because a really nice, perfect tomato, the skin's a little bit harder than what's inside it. You take a bite out of it, and then you got mess all over yourself. So
yes, yeah, tomatoes have a lot of seeds too.
Yes,
a bit of a drawback.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. All right, last one here, Keith. Gardening stimulates the brain. Some studies have found that gardening has a positive influence on mental health due to its brain stimulating properties. For example, regular gardening may help reduce the risks of dementia by 36%. Gardening isn't just a physical activity, it's also a hobby that can offer plenty of social interactions and cognitive learning. So that's pretty cool. I agree with all that.
Very good.
When I'm out in the yard, I do a lot of thinking. It's a little bit of meditation time for me when I'm out in the yard.
Yes, I do.
Even though it's working, I'm sweating, all that stuff. That's when I'm cutting the grass. Is like I do a whole lot of thinking. Sometimes that thinking is good, and sometimes it's maybe not so good because I'm maybe conjuring up, things that are not going well at the moment, and I get all
anxieties. Yeah, right. But I see that when I'm doing that, it's less anxious thinking and more just thinking. So
yeah.
Joel, can you get back to this one comment Themis was talking about the grass? You got to put that up. It's awfully funny.
Yeah, let's go. Let's see what our comments have for us here. All right, so here we go. Wow, this is a big one. So Themis says that the theory of blowing your grass clippings into the street is cars come by and suck the clippings into the engine air cleaner and get stuck on the air filter. So when you take your car for service, your mechanic cleans up the clippings. Good for the economy. Hey,
very good.
And he would know, right? So well done. Well done. All right, let's see what Dan says.
How many cars would have to take to clean up, suck up a whole yard's worth of leaves? I wonder.
I guess if you live like on 95, that would work out really well.
Right. Yes.
Okay. Problem is, people blow the leaves out many days before the pickup. Yeah, that's true. Well, if you're referring to putting them in a pile on the curb, I understand that. Although if your leaf cleanup comes on Thursday, right, and the only time you have to work on leaves is on the weekend,
right?
What
do you do?
It's kind of an issue there. Okay.
Yes, it is. Thanks.
Anytime, right?
I like Larry's comment. Then I can help him with the poop.
That's very generous. Very generous.
Only a couple thousand. Yeah, that's right.
Come over here and help with the grass.
Yes,
and
they are.
I don't know, Larry. Is that mean to be poop, or should that be pool, or what?
No, poop. Heather and Larry have a dog sitting business. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Well done. Well done.
Lots of organics over there.
Thanks for jumping on, Steve. All right, and one more comment. My garden is now in pots. Once in a while, I help. I thought about that too. We could have do a lot of gardening inside. That's probably just as well, right? Have a nice little window where you can set your plantings and so forth. Yeah, Linda finds gardening very calming. Roundup gives COVID cancer. Yeah, that's probably true. That is probably true. Where am I here with the comments here? George's tomatoes are delicious. Try one of those. Yeah, I know. And Barbara, tomato right out of the garden is only way to, if you don't grow them, it doesn't work. Yeah, I hear you. Okay.
Yeah, I used to have I did tomatoes in the garden once, and then they were kind of in back. It was halfway down the property, so walking back. And then the subsequent years, we would do them in pots on the deck. And you get up in the morning, you see a perfect one, and you say, "Look, when I get home from work tonight, that tomato is going to be perfect." So you come home from work, and there's a gigantic bite out of it. That the groundhog was thinking the same thing. I better get this before they come home from work.
Yeah.
Every time. Unbelievable. So, all right. What else we got? What else is going on, Joel?
Let's move on, Keith. If you are getting any value at all out of our show, please smack the like button and love the love button. And do us a favor, give us a share. And say hi and all that good stuff. Thanks for leaving your comments. Great to have you on with us today. Keith, shall we do a picture before we move on?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
For next week's advertisement. All right.
Let me fix my hair.
Yeah. Hippie Joel over here. Oops.
Get this in here.
Yeah.
Friends, you don't want me to take my hat off. I'll tell you that. All right. 3, 2, 1. 4, 5, 6. All right. Thanks, guys, for your patience as we take those pictures. All right, Keith. Let's move on. What we got next on our agenda? Shall we go to our trivia?
Yes. Okay. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Get your fingers moving here. I'm going to put the trivia up. Today's trivia has, whoops, let me put that back here. Here we go. Today's trivia is all about automobiles, etc., mainly because our normal trivia, we only had one new trivia question for this week. So I thought, what to do? All right. Keith,
Okay.
you ready?
All right. Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. The Cannonball Run is an official coast-to-coast automobile race that starts in which U.S. city? The Cannonball Run is an official coast-to-coast automobile race that starts in which U.S. city? I didn't know they still did that. Remember the movie Cannonball Run?
Yeah, I didn't realize this was an actual race myself.
That Eastbound and Down, was that where the song came from? Everybody got time to write that down?
All right.
Give enough time to write that down. Okay. The Ford Mustang was introduced to the public. Huh? See, this is why you can't read, Joel. Can you read that? The Ford Mustang was introduced to the public at the New York World's Fair. In what year? What year was the Ford Mustang introduced to the public? I think I might have a kind of an idea at that. You have enough time there to write your answer down.
On that one.
What's that?
I can have an idea on that one too.
Yeah. In 1998, the German automobile company Daimler-Benz purchased what U.S. car company? And I know that one too. Yeah. 1998, German automobile company Daimler-Benz purchased what U.S. car company? Which is now owned by another country. So there's really only two American brands left, apparently. Okay. Debuting in September 1966, what Corvette pony car was designed to be a competing model to the Ford Mustang? I know
Let's make that Chevrolet.
What did I say?
Corvette.
Okay. Yeah, sure. We can do that too. Debuting in September 1966, what Chevrolet pony car was designed to be a competing model to the Ford Mustang? Okay, everybody got that one. Another one here. Saab was an automotive manufacturer founded in what country in 1945? Saab they were actually bought out by Ford, and during that last depression we had, they were closed up. Saab was an automotive manufacturer founded in one country in 1945.
Is that true? Is Saab no longer around?
No, now they closed them out. And I swear I saw a new one not too long ago, but it must have been, as far as I know, they're not around anymore. Themis might know that. What luxury car company introduced the Boxster Roadster in 1996? 1996, luxury auto company released the Boxster. Okay. Is that good? You want to read them back, Joel, or is that good?
Yeah, I think we're good with that.
Okay, all right. I read them all. So yeah, I wanted to leave a little bit more space in between each one, so
yeah,
hopefully everybody's got. And we did forget to say right next to your answer what number we're looking at, but I think most of everybody's gotten that. So yeah, all right, let's move on, and then we'll come back to what do we got else going on now, Joe?
I think we're going to move on to the jokes now.
Okay, let's do jokes. Yeah, once again, we're burning through time here. I wish my work day.
And then we'll come back to the trivia.
Okay.
Actually, we'll do jokes, and we'll do this day in history. Come back to trivia, and we'll be out of here.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
Okay. Now, for some reason, Brother Keith, all these jokes have something to do with elephants. Not quite sure why, but today is Elephant Day here on Smack and Jack. All right. Ready?
Okay.
Got your drum set going there, Keith?
What's that?
Got your drum set? Okay. What's gray, has wings, and gives money to baby elephants?
What? Do it one more time.
What's gray, has wings, and gives money to baby elephants? The Tusk Fairy. Okay. Number 2. How do you know if there's an elephant in front of you at the movies?
How?
You can't see the screen.
Wah.
I didn't say these were our best jokes, but
but are they ever, Joel? Are they ever?
What do you get when you cross an elephant with an airplane?
What?
A jumbo jet.
I get it. Ooh, now that's a good one.
All right, last one. This is the last one here. What do you give an elephant with big feet?
What?
Lots of room.
Very good.
Really not our fault.
Very good.
It is
Very
not
good.
our fault. Keith, I'm noticing that when I go to cut the grass today, I'm going to be battling with the wind because it is pretty windy out.
It is very windy and it's beautiful out too. But it's at last I looked, it was about 39 degrees. So
Yeah.
it might be 40 by now. Is this the craziest weather, the craziest year?
Yeah.
If anybody
there's been no shortage of surprises for
no, if anybody believes in Mother Earth having a temper, I think Mother Earth is not happy with us this year.
This is good evidence of that.
So
Okay, Keith, you want to get on to this day in history?
Yes, this day in history. Let's check it out.
And now, Mike and Jack, this day in history.
This day, 1926, Richard Byrd and Floyd Bennett make the first flight over the North Pole. 1920, almost 100 years ago.
Wow.
I wouldn't want to fly an airplane up there now, let alone 100 years ago.
Yeah, no kidding.
1974, everybody remembers this. The House Judiciary Committee begins formal hearings on Nixon impeachment.
Oh.
I am not a criminal. That always sounds a little bit better than, that's fake news. That's not wrong. You know what I'm talking about. I mean, do it classy if you're going to do it. I'm not a criminal. Blah, 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 blah.
I like it.
Yes. Jumping
kind of a mix between Bernie Sanders and Nixon. Is that what that was?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what it was. This day in 1981, Adam and the Ants were at number 1 on the UK charts with Stand and Deliver. The song enjoyed a 5-week run at number 1. In 1992, would you believe Bruce Springsteen made his North American network television debut on Saturday Night Live with host Tom Hanks? Good old Tom.
Wow.
Isn't that something? And we have a couple of birthdays, celebrity birthdays today. Joel, your namesake, Billy Joel, was born this day in 1949.
Bravo.
What does that make him? 60?
Wow.
Is he 70?
71.
Gee, isn't that that is crazy. Exactly 1 year later to the day, Joel, one of your favorite bass players, Tom Peterson was born. Bass player from Cheap Trick.
Oh, nice. What year is that?
1950. Yeah. So
okay.
God, he's 70 as well. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
All the old rockers are old. What did it say? I'd rather. What's the song go? Hope I die before I get old. Well, most of those, luckily, thank goodness, they all are still with us. So
yeah, they're still hanging out, huh?
Yes, that's right. So anyway, that's our day in history. What else we got, Joel? Oh, yeah.
Whoops, that's not the one I wanted. All right, shall we get back to the trivia answers?
Yes, let's do that. Let me see if I can find that. Going all the way back. Well, I'm going to read them because you look to see what kind of answers we got, Joel. Yeah, I see some. It
does make it a little tricky on my particular program here to screen share and see the answers at the same time. So let me jump over to my Facebook.
Yeah, I can't read them off of yours. So anyway, I'll just let's speed up here. The Cannonball Run is an official coast-to-coast automobile race that starts in which U.S. city? Pretty good. So if we got a couple, the Galanuses say New York to L.A. Jim says New York. Okay, let's see what that is. What's the answer there?
All right.
Is
New York
City. Very good, guys. Very good.
Good job. All right, let's go on to number 2 here.
The Ford Mustang was introduced to the public at the New York World's Fair in what year? What year was the Mustang brought at Mustang?
Right, I see 64.
I got Barbara 56.
58, 65. I was going to say, I was going to say 66, but Who knows? Ready for this one, Keith?
Okay, ready. 64, 1964. Okay.
1964. Yeah, good job, guys.
Year
Sophia,
old.
good job.
Oh, good. Nope.
All right.
In 1998, the German automobile company Daimler-Benz purchased what U.S. car company?
All right. I had a pretty good answer for this one. I see Chrysler, and the answer is
And the answer is Chrysler. Very good, guys. Yes.
good job, guys. All right.
Chrysler Benz. And for a what do you call that when you add another extra point? They are now owned by is it Fiat? I think it's Fiat owns them. A little tiny Italian company owns one of the
Chrysler?
biggest. Yep. Fiat. That's why you see all the Fiats now are coming back in the United States or being
Okay.
sold. Yeah. Debuting in September 1966, what Chevrolet pony car was designed to be a competing model for the Ford Mustang? And a lot of people got that. I see a couple of Camaros. You see some Camaro? Yeah.
I'm gonna say Camaro.
Yeah, I'm going to say Camaro. Yeah.
Chevrolet Camaro.
All right, let's see. And you're right, Chevrolet Camaro. Very good. Saab was an automobile manufacturer founded in what country in 1945? And we have, thanks, Sophie. Yep, Saab is no more. I don't see anybody. It was Sweden, I believe. Saab is Swedish. Let's answer.
Yeah, I think you're right. Here we
Very
go.
good. Yep.
Yeah. Sweden, great job.
What luxury car company introduced the Boxster in 1996? And I remember seeing that and kind of wanted one for about a minute and a half and decided it was kind of ugly. So let's see if we got any Porsche maybe.
Yeah, I see Porsche.
Do you see Porsche?
Yeah. All right, let's see what we got.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. Oh, somebody did say Sweden. Sorry. Barbara.
Porsche.
Hold on. Porsche. Yes. Very good. Okay. All right. We did pretty good. A lot of people know their.
Yeah, great job, guys.
Right up my alley. Yeah, I like automobiles, history, and all that kind of stuff. Very good. Okay, what's going on now, Joel?
Thanks for reading this. All right, Themis, number them the next time. Yeah, Saab is no more. Interesting. Very interesting. All right. So I think that's about it, Brother Keith.
Okay. Well, if you talk a minute, I'm going to go look at my schedule and tell you whether or not we're going to be on next week. I forgot to do that. I'll be
All
right
right. So we hope that you guys have a fantastic week. We're not doing our Wednesday show anymore for the time being because, things get a little congested. But hopefully, Keith's going to find out right now. Will we be back next week?
Yes, we will be back next week. Yes, next Saturday. Now, that's not to say that the Wednesday shows are gone for good. Maybe when the spring, when we can get back together, Joel, maybe we can do an evening show on your porch or something like that. That would be, something a little bit different, when we can get
a little thought into that one.
But anyway, we will be back next week. So everybody, thank you very much for stopping by. It's always great to see all our friends that wade through this. Sometimes it's longer than others. Sometimes it's funnier than others, but it's always live and it's always unique. I guess.
Yeah, unique is the word, right?
Yes, it's something. So anyway, thanks very much. Yeah, we got to get going. Everybody's got to get to work. So love you all, and we'll see you again next time. And remember, you deserve a thought of your own.
So be in touch to learn, laugh, and live. We'll see you next time.
Have a good week, friends.